Hi everybody and welcome to VirBELA Open Campus. My name is Brad Anderson and I get the privilege and honor of presenting to you today Getting Started with VirBELA. Since you're here as avatars, you already know how to get to the environment in here by going to VirBELA.com, downloading this world onto your computer, Mac or PC, and then create your own avatar to make a lifelike resemblance of you to come in here and learn today. The first thing I want to share is how to get around the 4 different corners of the VirBELA Open Campus environment. VirBELA is an open campus. It's used to meet and greet and connect people from all around the world, from any country for any reason, and be anywhere on the planet Earth to do so. Some of the tools that you can use in here to help connect and collaborate with others are pretty powerful. So let's start with the upper left-hand corner where it says there's 102 people running around inside the world environment here. You can sort that by menu. Click on it. You can either sort or hide the menu if you don't like it. If you wanted to sort it and show the menu, you can. And then you could sort by name. You could sort by who's talking. You can also sort by who has their hand raised up. These are great tools and features when you're running your event. Next to your, or below, above your name and just below the menu here, you'll see a go-to teleporter. The teleporter allows you to select any area, anywhere on the VirBELA Open Campus, and your avatar will actually teleport to that location by you simply clicking on that location, and then you will disappear from this environment and you'll end up over in that room, that boardroom, or that classroom. Keep in mind that each of these rooms has different settings, different floor plans. You can add tables, you can add chairs and desks and computers. Each room offers something for its environment to those who are using the different spaces here today. Next to your name, there is an arrow. If you click on the arrow next to your name, the very first option is Profile. I'd highly recommend that everybody take the time to click on your profile. If you have a shadow face and a question mark currently, go ahead and click on this Edit button on the far upper right corner of your profile, and you can go into the VirBELA site and you can add your name, your profile information, some of your interests and hobbies. Make sure you add a photo, let us know in the world where you're located, and then click Save. And the next time you come into the VirBELA environment, you'll have a full-blown profile, and then others can connect and collaborate with you. You'll also notice that you can communicate with other people within the room here by simply sending a private chat to them. Whether there's 10, 100, or 1,000 people in the room, you can still have private conversations with people using the private chat. Next, I want to draw your attention to the lower left corner. This is where we use all of our communication tools, our microphone, our ability to communicate with one another is right down here in the lower left corner. There's a microphone. It's either on or it's off. You control that with your mouse. You click on it to turn it on. Click on it again to turn it off. A little secret we like to share with you is that if you hold down the number 1 key on your keyboard, it's a push-to-talk feature, which allows you to speak only when you need to, keeps you muted when you need to be. There's also a text chat box located next to the microphone, and this is very powerful. You can use this to say hello to people. You can also share things here. For example, if you had a website that you use, or maybe you're doing a lot of ordering on this website, you'll notice my text is white, but my link is blue. This allows you to share, and anyone to share, any URL to any websites or references that they're using while standing here or in an environment, accessing different websites, different URLs, and different portals. People can now share together and collectively all in one environment. We can also upload some things here next to the emoji where you see I'm going to send you a thumbs up and some love right now. Just some emoticons to bring some life to the conversation. But what I really love is right now I can click on this little upload button and I can actually give everybody in the room now a VirBELA Quick Start Guide. I simply click on Upload, and now I have taken one single document off of my computer and I've dispersed it to everybody here in the room. You'll see it appear here in the text chat box in the lower left corner, and all you have to do as an audience, or all your audience would need to do, is click on the Start Guide. It'll open up on their browser, on their home computer or office computer, wherever they may be. And then anybody can save this to their computer right from yours. We're just using the VirBELA Open Campus environment to disperse this to everybody. Once you all click on Save, you can now download this to your download folder, your document folder, or your desktop on your computer. There is a raise hand button on just the outside. A lot of professors, coaches, trainers, teachers, mentors, keynote speakers would like to use that feature, and they'll probably ask you during the housekeeping if you're at their event, please raise your hand if you have any questions. I personally use the raise hand feature to ask you, how many of you are in China? Raise your hand. How many of you are in Russia today? Raise your hand. How many folks do we have here visiting from Germany? Raise your hand. So I use it more as a presenter and as a trainer up here to help discover who my audience is, so I'm feeding them good content and valuable information. You can make this box as large or as small as you want by just dragging and dropping the corner. The little double arrow you see on the outer upper right corner allows you to resize this. And when conversations get going in environments like this box will fill up with content and information. And you can always copy this and take this with you by simply right-clicking your mouse. That will copy everything here. Then open up a document somewhere, right-click your mouse and select Paste, and everything you see in this black transcript box, or the minutes for lack of a better term, will now be saved onto your notepad, and you can disperse that accordingly. Next, I want to jump up to the upper right corner because you might not even know these are there. There's a little icon, that is the VirBELA icon, and if you click on this, it's a shortcut to our events, tutorials, and the upcoming sessions, including the one you're in right now. In the blue, you have your quick destinations. Down in the green, we have our upcoming events, which are all the courses we recommend you take. Getting started, tools for success. Definitely want to take the tour, and then end with your VirBELA explained, so you know which direction you want to go, or the people you're sharing this with, what direction they want to go. At the bottom, you will see some quick videos, how you can learn how to do some things here. Outside the doors, we have an information booth area where you can actually walk in and learn pretty much anything you need to know I'm showing you here. You just walk into the box, push play on the video. It's kind of like the Matrix over in the information center. If you close this, next to that VirBELA icon is a preference button. Two things you need to know about in here. Actually, a third thing I just wanted to add to this training, which is the Find User feature. We assume sometimes people know things, but a lot of people do not know that you can find anybody, anytime, anywhere in this auditorium or around this entire campus. I can simply click on the Find Users. I can type, I'm looking for Ben, and there's all the Bens. There's Ben. He's over in the Real Estate Center. He has his own team suite, and that's how you can find anybody, anywhere, anytime, anywhere in this environment. If he was out in the open campus somewhere, I would simply select Go To. I would go to that private team suite, punch in my passcode, and I would be visiting Ben that quickly. The other tool I want to share with you up here on this toolbar, it's called our Preferences button. It's so small, some of you might not even see it up here. It's just this little gearbox. And so if I click on the gearbox, behind the Find Users, or just below that, you're going to see some different things, and you're welcome to click on those. If you're an admin, you might have some different rights in here. But go ahead, and I just want everybody to scroll down to your mic settings. Very important, because you might have plugged in a microphone. Maybe it's a USB or a plug-in or a wireless headset. Make sure you select that microphone under your mic settings. I made the mistake once of having the wrong mic selected. The MacBook Pro computer was shut, so my voice was completely muffled and nobody could understand what I was saying. So when I found out I had selected the wrong mic, or by default it was chosen for me, I then went in and selected this one. And now you can see it's loud and clear. I can adjust my sensitivity left or right. Left is more sensitive. Right is going to be more compressed. Right in the middle should be good. And then say done. And that's your mic settings. And that would be a huge advantage if people are telling you they can't hear you. There's another setting in here, and it is your overall preferences for your experience here in VirBELA's Open Campus. It's called Preferences. You click on the Preferences tab. You can now adjust all of your sound options, environmental sounds, people walking by you, music, horns blowing, celebrations, dances, all of that stuff. And you can also adjust your user interface options here. I've chosen to not show my username because when I have my username over my head, for me personally, I can't see your name when I'm standing next to you. So I like to go ahead and hide my username That way it doesn't block my view. Again, that's just your preferences. Select or unselect show your username and then save. The final tip I'm going to give you is sometimes you'll find there's a lot of people in the room and things are running a little slower for you depending on your computer and your internet. You can come down here to the avatar complexity and simply check the simple box. And what that will do is it will convert everybody in the room that you're in at that time. Sometimes it's hundreds of people, and it turns them into gingerbread cookies. But what this does is it frees up your computer's resources, and this allows you to move about much easier. As you can see, I'm kind of running through the auditorium here. It's not really hitching or giddy up. There's no real glitches happening. Everything seems to be working smoothly, and it's because it's not trying to render all your beautiful graphics and individuality that you've all made in your avatars. Eye color, 5 o'clock shadows, shoes, tennis shoes, hats, purses, flowers. When you remove all of that from the graphics of the computer, everything seems to run a little bit smoother. Personally, I love seeing what you create with your avatar, so I always leave you in full mode, and that way I can see each of your uniqueness and your avatar's kind of personal traits. The last thing I'm going to tell you about is in the lower right corner, and this is called the presenter's tool. When you're standing up on a platform like this and you're running your session or having your event or you're having a staff meeting, an office meeting, it doesn't matter what company you're with or what industry you're in or what your occupation or corporation is. There's something in this environment that everybody can use and probably even needs at this time in the world. And so, again, take the tour today. But one of the main ones I use every day in here is this presenter tool. This allows me to open up this box, and now I know what you see behind me because I have this presentation tool. This presentation tool lets me do a variety of things, just like it will let you when you have your admin, whether you're doing an event, whether it's a free open campus thing or a private session. Maybe you have a private team suite or you're going to get the enterprise application built for you. Whatever it is, you can use this presentation tool to share both URLs and websites with people. You can upload images like you see behind me, all the events happening in VirBELA Open Campus. I just put up an image of that calendar. You'll see over on the far right screen, I believe I have the welcome, and on the left we have a map. You can upload documents, PDFs, videos, images. You can actually share your computer screen. We use something called Free Conference Call, allows me to show you anything and everything that I see on my computer. You get to see on the screen behind me and also see on your computer simultaneously. There's some really great features and tools in this lower right corner, obviously the upper right corner. We covered the lower left corner and the upper left corner. The last two things I'm going to share with you to give you the best experience in this environment have nothing to do with what we're doing here right now. I'm just going to show you what they are by removing this screen, and I'm going to pull up a web browser, and I'm going to show you what I use every day to check one thing, and that's just my internet speed. It's called speedtest.net. What this will do is ensure that whatever speed you are at and whatever your internet connection is providing you, this will be honest. It's not biased. It doesn't care who your provider is. It will just tell you. So I'm going to encourage everybody. I'm going to put that link into the text chat box right now. And when I do this, I want you all to click on this link and then see what your internet speed is, because you might be getting more or less than you're paying for or than you think you should be getting. I was on AT&T getting about 5 megabits per second, and then I switched over to another company where I'm located, and you'll see here live, it's running about 231 megabits per second download speed, and that's really what counts. Another tip for you is if you have at least a decent internet connection, you can go in and shut down some of these tabs you have open, some of these programs, some of these websites, some of these applications, videos, things you have running in the background. That will definitely slow down your system and affect the impact of your experience here inside the environment. You can also go up to your PC or your Mac on occasion and simply restart your computer. A lot of people just close the lid, they put it in sleep mode. They do that for 6 months thinking they've restarted their computer every day, but really they're just putting the computer in sleep mode. So restarting your computer before you come in here, closing down any programs or windows or tabs or things you have running in the background before you come in here, and then of course setting your preferences appropriately will give you the ultimate and best experience here in the VirBELA Open Campus. That concludes our Getting Started session. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, we do this class every day at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in the conference hall. You're welcome to join us Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern Time. And you can invite anybody from any industry, any corporation or occupation around the world and in any country, because we believe we have a solution to what the world is facing now in business and even in personal. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. And again, welcome to VirBELA's Open Campus. Take care. Bye-bye.